This is how I say good evening to you and welcome to Personality Profile on Joy 99.7 FM. Another wonderful Thursday evening where we get to share an inspiring story of a business leader. And this evening, my guest is a very wonderful man. Yeah. My guest holds that entrepreneurship is the key to bringing financial freedom to the country, not government employment. Oh yeah, very successful businessman. He's also very confident about the fact that everybody who has been entrusted with some wealth owes it back to society. Yeah. And that's a key reason for his fervent activity in philanthropic ventures across football, women, children, and many others. Look, he's very clear on what his legacy will be. Beyond sharing his wealth equally with charity and cementing his name further in estate development, he intends to mentor 100,000 entrepreneurs. Wow, what a legacy. Oh boy, I think that's impressive. Totally impressive. So if you're ready for a great evening, help me welcome to our Hall of Fame CEO of the city's favorite developer, JL Properties. Of course, he's the CEO of a dozen other companies, but prominently JL Properties, responsible for transforming the one-time mortar dump site into easily the cleanest estate in the country. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. James Orleans Lindsay, CEO of JL Properties. Welcome to Joy 99.7 FM and welcome to Personality Profile.
Thank you, Lex.
Nice.
Thank you very much.
Been looking forward to this conversation for like forever. Now we're here.
Yes, I know. You mentioned my name so well.
Oh, did I?
Oh,
good
did.
stuff.
Yes.
I'm glad I did. Now, your team tells me that you actually even hardly sing or dance or even do anything music. So I'm going to start off with this song that you actually say is one of your favorite songs. It's a Wuta song, Big Dreams. And I'm not surprised. For a man who's built such a very big estate and many businesses, you really dreamed big. Yeah, Wuta, Big Dreams, kicking off drive time, Personality Profile, here on Joy FM.
Sometimes I try to make them true.
Joy 99.7 FM.
Until I saw him and tried. Oh, the source of his feet on the heat to his peak. It shall be well.
Yeah, Big Dreams from Wuta. Why'd you love the song? Tell me.
Well, it captures everything one wants to do in life. If you dream big, you'd actually actualize it.
Yeah.
So I love this.
So it starts with the dream. Dream big.
It always starts with a dream.
Yeah.
If you don't have a dream, you don't have a life. It's as simple as that.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on how far you've come. You've done amazingly well. And what your vision is to mentor 100,000 people?
Yeah, sure.
How many so far?
Now we're getting into say 400-500.
400-500.
They're all doing well. What it is without mentorship, you cannot charter a course. You see, so my vision is clear, because once you mentor more people, then those people can put food on other people's table, and then the cycle will be complete.
Wow.
So that's always my idea.
Amazing.
My idea.
Well, from today you have 501. You have 501 because you just got a new mentee. Yeah, but I think it's a laudable cause, and for people who have charted the course and seen success and done it all, it's just always okay to also lend a helping hand to those who are coming up to be as successful as you are. And I'm interested in the dream that you saw. Because we started off with this big dream idea, and I'm wondering, at what point did you have the dream? At what age did you have that particular dream? What did you see in the dream?
You see, as far as I can remember, I've always wanted to be on my own. You see, so I cannot tell you exactly when, but it started very young. When I've always wanted to have a company that would employ more people, you know, then grow from point to point. I've always dreamt about it because I like to read. I read everything I see.
Awesome.
I buy a book a week. If I don't buy this week, I buy the next week. Yeah, they just dropped me the letters of Mandela, the prison letters of Mandela.
Yeah.
Just today.
Yeah.
I got it by post. You know, I read everything, and in reading, you get a lot of ideas.
Wow.
The thing is in the print.
It's in the print.
It's in the print. So
read it.
if you don't
Read wide.
If you don't read, you will not get it. So I read everything. I read and read it. When I was growing up, when I find a newspaper on the floor, I'll pick it and I'll read, and then I'll get something out of it. So the dream came from reading.
Well, Masterclass 101 by Dr. Lindsay. You know what to do. Read. That's number one. Put it down.
You need to read.
Yeah.
You need to read. It's all in there.
Yeah, it's all in there.
It's all in
Awesome
there.
stuff. Now, let's get to one of the biggest projects you've undertaken, the JL property site at Achimota, which was once a dump site.
Yes, it was a disused site, quarry site, dump site. Nobody wanted it. It was a field of criminals and everything.
Wow.
Yeah, I remember.
Point us to exactly the location. Where exactly is it?
Right behind the terminal.
Oh, the new terminal.
The new terminal that J. Kufuor built.
Yes.
You know, about a kilometer square. That's where it is. Let me tell you a story. When just recently, I mean, after 6-7 years, just recently, my missus will tell me that, listen, the first time you took me there, I thought, oh, listen, look at this man. He's going to destroy our savings. That's what she thought.
That's what she said.
Now she's so proud of it, and you will be proud of it because it's an amazing place. That's what consistency can do to a vision. You need to go at it piece by piece, block by block. It's so important.
Why was the place such an unattractive place for any businessman or any developer?
Because you will not see. People don't see beyond a certain point. You need to visualize disused quarry site, a dump site. There are no roads there. There's nothing going on there. It's all overgrown. You need to see beyond a certain point. And that's what I saw, and that's what I actualized.
How much of convincing did you need to do for yourself in taking up that project to say, look, I'm going to take this site, turn it around, make it into a very ultra-modern place, turn it all around and let my wife be proud of me?
You see, in entrepreneurship, you are the last person that should waver. Belief is everything. You need to believe in what you are doing. And I've believed in whatever I'm doing from day one. I never had to convince myself about the place because I love to build houses. That's all I want to do. I sleep and wake up buildings in my head. I drive around town somewhere trying to see certain architecture, what was gone wrong, what could have been done differently, and stuff like that. So it's all in there.
Where did that passion come from? Did you study it?
Yes, I did study partly. I did study. After my first degree, I did construction management all the way through. But my father, from childhood, my father was he's passed now. My father was a big contractor. He could see a crooked wall 200 meters, 200 feet away.
Okay.
So I picked the skills from him. It's ingrained with me. So all I had to do was top it up.
Yeah.
But then I went through other sections, trying to go to medical school in Eastern Europe for 10 months. The language was too difficult. What I don't do well is languages. Everybody has a difficulty in life.
And yours is languages. Interesting.
I can't speak Ga. My mother is partly Ga. You can imagine. I hear Ga. I can't speak Ga. I try, and then when people are laughing, I decide not to talk about talking Ga again. So everybody has his own challenges. But for me, building homes and creating companies is not my challenge.
In fact, now I want to go to the beginnings. I want us to go back to when you were much younger. Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Koforidua.
In Koforidua, okay.
Koforidua, yes. I went to Madonna school,
So you Achim?
No,
Or
Fanti, pure.
Fanti?
My mother, my father. My mother is partly Gam.
Okay.
We've spoken Fanti in the house all the way. So until recently, I didn't know that my mother partly comes from Teshi and all that. I didn't even know until I started to deal with Osu stool and all the rest. But then I'll go to Madonna school, pure convent school. Maybe arguably the best school I have seen, with the sisters and all that calm atmosphere and all that, all green. Now you don't have that anywhere, all green and everything. Then I'll go to St. Peter's School, Nkwachiako, still Catholic.
That's right.
Deep rooted, Then everything will change then I'll go back to my hometown, Cape Coast, St. Augustine's College.
Okay.
You learn the rudiments of adulthood. Sixth formers are treated like university students and all that. So it was all interesting there. In fact, separate mentality. St. Peter's, you are taught to learn. Break your back. It's all learning.
Whereas in Augustine's?
St. Augustine's mixed learning with social life.
Okay.
So you see, I had the best of both. St. Augustine's will shape my social life. St. Peter's will teach me that the book is your friend.
Well, seeing as we struggled to find a song for you, I don't think you did much with the social life, did you? But so all the while, let's talk about growing up. Was there a certain profession you wanted to get into, or yours was shaped by daddy?
My father and my mother really wanted me to go to med school. My grandfather is passed now.
What was daddy doing? What was your father doing?
Was a contractor.
He was a contractor. Okay. But he wanted you to do medicine.
Because my grandfather had a big hospital in Kumasi.
Okay.
I was the first grandson. There's nothing, so it was automatic. I mean, once you finish, you're going to go in there to work.
To work.
It was simple, but medicine is a lot of blood and stuff like that. I don't. Everybody and what he can contain.
Yeah.
That was one of my drawbacks. Then I would go to Eastern Europe to do medicine.
Ah.
Yes, and then in Eastern Europe, in those days, you need to learn the language for a year and then study the course with the language.
Okay.
I told you in the beginning, language is where the problem is.
Yeah. Which country specifically?
Hungary.
Hungary.
Yes, I was in Budapest, University of Budapest for a while.
Wow.
For 8 to 10 months, I think. And I just couldn't pick the words. And
you couldn't?
Yeah. I mean, I don't even remember one word in Hungarian. So I said, listen.
Even now?
No, even then and now. Then I didn't. So now I forgot.
Now you've forgotten almost everything.
So
for 8 months you just gave up on it?
I just gave. So I called my father and he said, listen, let's come. Let's forget about it and come. So I came back.
Wow.
Yeah. Came back. When I came back, my mates were gone.
Yeah.
So I would lose 1 year. I couldn't be bothered because then I would do vegetable garden and make money for myself. It was good business then. So I find it difficult now when people say there's nothing to do. Then, in 1989, 1990, I could do vegetable garden and every Saturday I sell my produce, put money in my pocket,
wow,
and walk around a few beds. So you need to do something, I cannot stand it when you say I don't have anything to do.
Yeah.
Work so that you don't beg. It's the phrase, you keep it here. As long as you keep that in your head, you go to the table every day thinking, I need to do something.
Yeah. Work so that you don't beg.
Work so that you don't beg.
I think this is something you need to put up on your Facebook or your Twitter page right now and tag Dr. James Orleans Lindsay, okay? Yeah. Work so that you don't beg.
It's important,
And there's always something to do. You started with vegetable farming.
So I did vegetable farming. And I was successful there. I was very successful. I mean, then I'll leave for school.
So at this point, you had given up on medicine.
Well,
You
I
had
have
given up on
yes,
your dreams of ever
yes,
becoming a doctor.
I had given up. I could see it was not for me. You know, it was not for me. Because it was all entrepreneurship and
Okay. Okay.
business and my mother thought I'll be a lecturer along the line.
Wow.
I'll teach because I love to learn and stuff like that. And I was very laid back. I would not put a spoon wrong, and all that. You see, so, but by and large, because if you want to have a business, it's not about create a business or expand your business or set up a business. It's not you being aggressive. Aggression will not take you anywhere.
So what is it?
It's the mindset. It should be in your mind. You should act on what you dream of. If you don't act on what you dream about, you can't create a business. And then once you do that, you see, Lexus, in the success equation, there are several variables. Hard work, more money, stuff like that. The only constant that you have in a success equation, well, some call it faith, luck, stuff. I call it greater grace.
Greater grace.
Double G. As long as greater grace meets you on the way, put in the other variables and you'll be successful. But success there are several levels of success, you see. And because there are several levels of success, you cannot say to me, Lexis, that you are rich. You don't determine how rich you are. I mean, for the money in your pocket is nothing to the next person. You know what I'm saying? So, for me, I say that as long as you can feed your family, pay your kids' school fees, look after your immediate family, and then have a little more to give to society, you are successful.
Then you're successful.
That's the thing.
Are you successful?
Yeah, because I give I'm able to do these 3-4 things I said, and then also give the extra to society.
It's interesting how you would answer this next question. Are you rich?
What is? I would also say.
I thought you were going to give a.
No. What is being? How do you term being rich? It should be in your mind.
In your mind, are you rich, Dr. Lindsay?
In my mind, yes, I am, because I'm able to feed my family, pay my kids' school fees, and then give the rest to society.
Okay.
That is what is important.
Let's
Any
get to
other
continue.
thing is an extra.
Yeah. Let's get to continue the story from coming back to Ghana, your vegetable farm and whatnot. But where did you go and study again? And
I went to UST.
KNUST. Okay.
Then it was
UST. Okay. So
now
UST.
Now there are 40,000, and so it's KNUST.
KNUST.
That's the joke. That's the joke.
So you.
Well, our time were 3,500. You can imagine.
Yeah.
Our maximum 4,000 when we were leaving. Yeah.
And then you studied what?
Biochemistry.
Biochemistry.
Yes.
Still in the sciences.
Yes. In my first year, and then I did food biochemistry. I can do food preservation, stuff like that. I did clinical biochemistry.
And at that point, what did you have in mind? What did you want to do?
I still wanted to set up my own business. I wanted to open a big lab,
Okay.
Because at that time we didn't have very good labs to check on all these ailments and all that. So I wanted to set up a state-of-the-art laboratory.
And this was still motivated by your grandfather's hospital.
I still had that one in mind.
Okay.
And I wanted to place it in Kumasi.
Were you able to do the lab?
No, I didn't move on.
Move on with that.
I moved away from sciences and then straight into construction.
Straight into construction.
Yes, I moved away.
So what was the first project you did?
Interesting, huh? I was building my own house in somewhere in Hachu.
At what age?
I think 28 or thereabouts.
You're about 28.
Yes, I was building 28 or 26. I was building my own house.
Have you made
And then-
enough? Had you made enough money?
Yes, because I had done work at IBM for 14 months, and
14 months.
yes, and I had saved. So
Within 14 months,
yes, because
you were able to save enough.
yeah, because I was going in and out in the UK, but the longest I had worked for somebody was 14 months.
Okay.
So I'd saved enough. I was not paying anything in the UK. I was living in my auntie's home and all that.
How much were you paid a month?
I think
Do you
we were-
remember your wages?
No, we're not doing monthly. We're doing weekly.
Weekly.
And I was doing 3 jobs. After IBM, I'll go and do construction on Saturdays, and that alone, Saturday and Sunday, that alone will give me £250 a week. Then, for the construction alone, was something else. Something else. So I was building this house.
Okay.
I finished, and then I was, as you guys who say, I was pimping it. and
You were
all
pimping
that.
the house, yeah.
And a white boy comes and says, "I want your house."
Oh, wow.
That's what I talk about, greater grace. I want your house. I see you say, yeah. It was a weekend. He says, "Meet me at Barclays on Monday." Like I got there 7:30. I was waiting because several scenarios were coming into my mind. The guy could develop cold feet and not come, and all that. Several things.
But wait, you were not building the house to sell.
I wasn't. That is a business opportunity. You need to think.
So you saw an opportunity to make more from the house.
And I took it.
Wow.
And then at 9 a.m. the guy comes. That time, it's not like now where you cannot cash money like that. And
Yeah.
he comes and says, "I've transferred my money from the UK. I want to resettle here. So I want that particular house. I like your woodwork, stuff like that." Pays me $60,000 for it cash. That time,
$60,000.
telling you.
And which year was this?
I'm sure 98 or 99.
Wow.
How the system makes you forget so early.
I know.
This thing, I shouldn't even forget the date, but and then he pays me $62,000 cash. Now I remember the exact word.
Were you
No
married then?
change. No. So that is where I tell people all the time, you need to invest your money back into the business. I could have bought a good, solid, nice car, changed my wardrobe, be all about town. But I built 2 houses with it.
You built 2 houses
2
with that.
houses with it. Trust me. 2.
Okay.
So the opportunity comes, you take it, you use it well, because you never know when the next one will come.
Awesome.
And so that's how the story.
And at that point, you were like, okay, now this construction business will be nice.
Yes. And then I said to myself, this is the path to go.
Good stuff. What a story. Dr. Orleans Lindsay here on Joy 99.7 FM Personality Profile, CEO of JL Properties. My brother Nana Dia of TV3 says, hey, Lexi had the opportunity of interviewing and going around to the project at Achimota, and I tell you, the transformation is amazing. Mr. Lindsay needs the support of all Ghanaians and not discouragement. Say hi to him for me. Regards from Nana Dia going out to you. Yeah. This one says, Lexus, I dropped a friend from Tamale last Friday at JR Properties, and I was so shocked to be driving smoothly on a mountain like that. The road is made up of rocks, which I suspected he gathered at the same site. Nice place to live, and that's from Sadiq. Is that true? Rocky place or something?
We call it Cobblestone Road.
Cobblestone Road.
Yes, 50-year guarantee. You do just minimal patches here and then repairs. 50-year guarantee.
50-year guarantee.
So like this, tell the government to come and see me, and then I'll give them the technology.
Okie dokie. Well, there you go. They are listening, actually. They are listening, and you should have a call tomorrow morning. Oh, dear.
Super Hits Radio. Joy 99.7. Super Hits Radio. Joy 99.7.
So I invest everything I get and plow back, and fortunately at that time the gated community system and then the real estate business was catching up. Then I start another estate in near the toll booth. I started
Which toll booth?
the Ouija toll booth.
Kaswa, thereabouts. Okay.
Toll booth. I started with 14 of them, and I sold them off, and then I started just next door doing another 200.
So all this while, were you just into properties, or you did other things as well?
No, I do. I was all that time I was doing pure properties.
Did other things come along?
Yeah, other businesses came up along, like trying to do importation from China. Stuff
Trying
like
to
that.
do it
Yes,
didn't
because-
survive.
Yeah, because you also need to see your strength, and import was not. It's buying and selling is not my strength. So,
But what made you
although-
decide to do it?
Although, well, because I'm an entrepreneur, and the spirit, entrepreneurial spirit, is always in you. It's like it's fire in you.
Yeah.
You think you branch here and then make a decent margin and come in and bring it back into your core business. Every entrepreneur has a central or core business that brings out the profit more than all other things he's doing, and then you use that to invest in other businesses.
Okay.
So, but you see, you need to have roots before you can do that. If
When you
don't
say
have-
roots, what do you mean?
your business would have to be stable,
Grounded, more
in
like.
something.
Okay.
Yeah. Otherwise, then you would make a shipwreck of everything you are doing. So people need to be careful when you are doing things like that. You need to be, because otherwise, then the very thing that you are trying to do would collapse on you.
You might actually even collapse the main baby,
Yes,
or the
yes,
cash
yes,
cow, if
yes,
we could
yes,
call it that.
Yes, and
Yeah.
it's also an upbringing issue. Being careful or taking calculated risk comes from my upbringing. When we were growing up, those times what you could do with toys and stuff was the Lego.
Yeah.
You arrange it in such a way, and the more you arrange it well, the higher you can go with every formation you're doing. And then when it collapses, my father would look at me in a certain way and say, meaning, so you cannot just arrange this simple thing. So it will teach you something.
Yeah.
It's upbringing is always important. Your environment and surroundings will always influence you when you're.
What would you say is the worst business decision you've had to take?
I have taken many decisions that didn't go well, but I don't document. I don't document them.
I mean, for the sake of
I don't.
getting us to understand the entrepreneur's life, really though, is there a move that you made that you realized, no, I shouldn't have done this?
Yeah. Well, I think the one that comes to mind now is when I saw a land somewhere. I thought it was a clean land and everything. I put my money in and I was scammed. And it's simple the way I'm saying it now, but I pride myself as one of the guys in this city that knows every land in this city inside out. So to be scammed in such a way, to lose so much money.
You were scammed.
Yes. Everything that the person presented was all
Fake.
fake and everything, and I had checked. I did my checks at land title, everything, and it's an interesting story that I'll tell you one day. The move was calculated. He took a consultant to do the deal for me, and all that. The consultant was a top respected person in society, and all that. So that's one that comes to mind straight. I lost so much money.
What lesson did it teach you?
That when it's too good to be true, it is not true.
When it is too good to be true, it is not true. Another nugget for you there. Write it out somewhere. When it is too good to be true,
It is
not true.
It's a fact of life.
Wow.
Yeah, when it's too good to be true, it's not true. That should guide you. It's a very important thing because you don't make money overnight. So when it's too good to be true, it's not true, Lexus. It's a fact of life.
I'm sure we can all relate it into various aspects of our lives. So when it is too good to be true,
It's not true.
it is not true, says Dr. Orleans Lindsay. Good stuff there. What's really your inspiration and drive as a businessman?
Basically, being able to help people. I'm telling you, Lexus, that is what.
How does that fit into your business agenda exactly?
It's strange. I'm still of the opinion, and I've been proven right, that the more I do for people, the more God blesses me. Strange but true.
Wouldn't that fit into your maybe personal principle agenda? If your workers tell you that we have to do things for people for free or something of the sort.
No, helping people is not about doing things for free. We at JL we have a culture, and everybody who joins has to have that mentality that we are each other's keeper, and also we are other people's keeper. It's a mentality that you need to go to the table with, and in that way, if somebody's building is not in a good shape and he calls you at 10 p.m. or 1 a.m., you need to have a solution for the person. You see, it is a social. We incorporate a social aspect into our business. We have a culture at in our company, and you need to visit to see. So helping people, getting things done. Because look, who are we in this world? We are just passengers. You can have everything and then you are gone. Steve Jobs is gone. He had everything. So when you make the wealth, when you are able to gather wealth, when you are successful, help other people. It won't kill you. So that's why when I look at people and they're trying to take all for themselves, and even in business, people will not share their vision. They will not share their links. That they will not teach anybody how to manage the ropes and all. It's all in their head. I laugh because now everything is on the internet. What someone needs is just a push, the encouragement. So why don't you do it?
If you had one business advice for a startup or somebody who wants to start business, what would it be? Would you give them this particular advice?
I will. One, I will tell you that. I will also tell you that don't think big. Don't start big. Start small, and think big.
Okay, start small and think big. Because I was a little confused because we have the big dream agenda.
Yeah, no, start small and think big.
Start small and think big.
When someone makes a decent margin, the next thing is he wants to get a Range Rover. I think it's silly. And I can point so many of the young blokes in the system thinking that way. All he wants to do is to show, he or she wants to do is to show off. It won't work for you. Your thing would collapse. So for me, I just plow everything back into your business. And
start
believe
small
in you.
and think big.
Yes, start small and think big.
Good stuff.
Very, very important.
What's really the biggest challenge of your kind of business? Properties.
Getting your model right. Every real estate developer in the city has his or her own model. Getting your model right is important. Some developers, I call them part-time developers. They have a business somewhere and they use their profit and pump it into real estate. Others are full-time developers. Others are based on the American and European model, where they bring all the ideas and the four different companies that form a real estate development together, be it marketing company, advertising companies, stuff like that, all together, and then they are just there like the big boy supervising, and then a few others too are West African developers. They do all four because they want to bring their margins down. So it depends on how you see it, and then the next important thing is financing and the associated aspects of it.
Okay.
Interest rates, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Tenure of your loan. You know, if you give a developer money to do a 24-month cycle, you are asking him to fail. It's straight away. You see, so that is one aspect. These are two things.
Okay.
Really bother.
Well, Dr. Ollins Lindsay is here on Joy 99.7 FM, and I tell you what, he has a very rich portfolio as well. Aside being executive chairman of GL Holdings, Dr. Lindsay is the president of the Ghana Association of Young Entrepreneurs, right?
Yeah, well, now I've left it.
Oh, you've left
I'm
it?
not young again. So I'm over 40. I'm on the north side of 40, so I've left there.
Should we form the Ghana Association of Old Entrepreneurs? Okay, so he's also a contributor for Top African Managing Director, selected for the best practice by the United Nations, and member of the Ghana France Chamber of Commerce, the UK Chamber of Commerce as well. And you're a CAF coaching certificate A holder.
Exactly so.
So,
I like football.
so what, you can coach a league team?
Yes, I can coach a league team. I like football. I was also on the board of Hasselhoff for several years. I'm a football man. Yeah. I love football.
So have you tried coaching a team before?
Well, select team. You know, whenever our association, we have an association. We call it Executive Exclusive Men's Club.
Okay.
Raka.
Yeah.
We have a clubhouse and everything nicely done. We play football sometimes. I'm the coach.
Wow.
The coach of the select team.
Well, with that knowledge, Real Madrid have such their coach. I'm just saying.
Well, I can only do part time. So
Or probably the
Real
struggling.
Madrid, you need a full time coach.
The struggling Manchester United.
I'm a Spurs fan though.
Oh, you're a Spurs fan. Well,
Mauricio
yeah, Pochettino is doing
he's the
really
best
good.
coach. He's the best coach in the world.
Oh, please,
It's
come
true.
on, really,
He's
really.
the best coach. He has the best. He has the best.
And he's still failing to win anything.
because we are doing our stadium. It's cost us 900 million pounds.
So that's why
The
he's
White
not
Hand
won anything.
So no, we didn't. We are unable to buy players.
Is that your excuse?
Yes, because the Spurs.
But you
team-
have some of the best players in the league.
It's pure English boys. We are the only team in England having. Pure
Are you saying
English
that
boys.
pure English boys are not able to win the league?
No, they come from the youth. You always need a mixture. Life is like that. You need a mixture. If you take raw English boys in a team,
I mean,
these
you have
days
some
it
of the
won't work.
best players from Harry Kane to Dele Ali
So
and
we need-
whatnot.
We need maybe 3 or 4 other players from other countries to blend.
So you need what, Eden Hazard?
I don't like
You need-
Chelsea. I don't like Chelsea players. I don't like Chelsea players. Not at all.
Oh, well, good stuff. Now, you can also send in your questions on 0244340437. We're live on our Facebook page. Such a very wonderful man and a very jolly good fellow as well. Let me ask you, Doc, what do you look out for when you want to hire? I mean, aside the CV and academic requirements, what must an individual possess to secure a place with you as an employer?
Academic requirement fine. CV no. I look for hunger.
Hunger.
Yes. You need to be hungry. You need to have the will and the drive to succeed. That's all.
That's
And
all.
I employ young. I don't take anybody who is older than me. I need to give people the chance. If you are my age or older, you need to have your own business. Don't come to me.
Wow.
It's a fact. Don't come to me. Well, there are people who've been there when I started, but not now.
No, now, not anymore.
Not anymore.
You'd rather employ the young, hungry people.
Yes. Be it male or female, I don't have a problem.
Wow.
But you should be young and hungry.
What do you think about the youth for the workforce of Ghana now, the youth of today, regards to business and their approach to working?
We cry too much.
We
In
cry
this-
too much.
Yeah, in this nation, we cry too much. There's no way government has to do this, tomorrow that. We cry too much. Try to start something on your own. Try to join forces with somebody. Try to, we cry too much. Everybody's crying. Government is this, government is this. We cry too much. Try to start something. Join forces with a friend, with a neighbor. Sometimes it will work, sometimes it will fail. But you see, your greatest pain or your greatest disappointment would be if you don't try. So try and fail than not to try at all. That is my point.
Good stuff. Well, this is a whole business masterclass on the personality profile tonight. Your CEO, a number of suffering banks have been consolidated. Earlier, you talked about the issues with financing when you're talking about some of the challenges with being in property development and whatnot. How does all of these make you feel? Happenings in the financial sector.
Well, I have to be factual. If you play with people's money, your system needs to be cleaned up. If you play with people's money, if you do things with people's money, if you don't do the right thing with people's money, if somebody gives me money for a house, I don't have to go and do transport business with it. I don't have to go and do radio with it, because radio is not me. Television is not me. Mine is real estate. All other things should be small things, small business here. Your core company should hold. So if the cleaning up will be done and there will be sanity, and this nation will move on, so be it.
What's your take on the?
It's unfortunate that people, others have done, built their whole life setting up a business and all that, and then one thing or other would bring a business down. But it hurts me because some of the people involved are people I've looked up to when I was growing up, and I've seen in a certain light and all that. But life has to move on. It's unfortunate, very unfortunate.
What's your take on the state of the economy now, and how's it affecting business?
Let me be truthful to you. I know that this thing is controversial, but for us at JL, we have never thought about what is happening in the system as in the state. We've kept our mind and our eyes on the ball. And truth be told, last year was good, this year is good. So I am being factual.
So the Ghana had some to touch you.
We are doing our business.
Awesome.
We are doing. You see, that's why I'm saying we cry too much. Crying, we complain. Everyone wants a government contract. Then when the government does not pay you, you start to cry. But look, I like data. I cram figures. I look at trends. Take from 1992 all the way to now. All 90% of contractors, be it suppliers, be it road building contractors, after 4 years, when a particular government is out of power, after 2 years, they fall into trouble. So why do you, 2018, you still go chasing the same contract? If you do proper analysis, you will see that is not where to be. Where to be is maybe staying in your small corner and brightening the corner. That's what I think. It's my personal view. Everybody's chasing government for something. You say government is the biggest employer, government is the biggest this. But you get your fingers bent at the end of the day because the money there is so small. We are not collecting enough to do all the things. So we give contracts in excess, we do things in excess, and then you go and borrow money. You use it to work for government, and then 24 months, 36 months, you are not paid. Interest is rising. Then the bank will come after you. And then if you had stayed in your small corner and then built your business in graduation, maybe you would not have fallen into such traps. So I think that people need to analyze a bit more. People know. I went to Ankara last week, 10 days ago and stuff, or something like that, and 4 days. I went to a 65-year-old man's company. I entered a room, big room, and then I saw 10 people, 5 or 6 female, and then working. What are they doing here? He said, "Oh, these are our research and development section." tell me how many people in this city concentrate on research R&D. R&D is the future of every company. So you see, we've lost our path somehow. If you ask me, we've lost our path. So we need to be reined back into a certain line and then move forward. I mean,
Well,
sorry, this is all serious stuff and all.
That's totally helpful. Thank you very much for sharing your thoughts on all of this. Architect Caleb sends a message and says, Lexus, Dr. Lindsay is a great visionary. He's able to see an opportunity in the worst of situations. His drive and tenacity is amazing. He's extremely hardworking and down to earth. We pray for more success for him. Thank you very much, Caleb, for your message, okay? Maxi Intema says, I need a job. Lexus, I'm enjoying the conversation. Please tell Dr. Orleans Lindsay that I'm a young entrepreneur, also a property broker. I'm inspired by his inspirational words. He has actually boosted my morale. And that's Harrison, who's the founder and CEO of Silver Sky Properties Limited. Yes, we're glad. Dr. Ato Lindsay, I am proud of you. Having known you for over a decade, you continually inspire me to remain focused and work hard and smart. God bless you. That's from Miss Bevelyn Ayim Nonagon. Yeah.
Thank you.
Very wonderful messages coming through. But let's get a little personal now. You married? You have kids?
Yeah,
And
I'm married. Two kids, 2 boys.
2 boys.
Yeah.
Are they taken after you?
I don't know. They are just not interested in what I'm doing. All they are doing is learning. So maybe I'm sure it will be the same thing.
Would you want them to?
After a while?
Yeah.
No, you see, I'm against that principle that people would intentionally push their kids to follow their path. No. If he wants to be an artist. Success is very individualistic. He can be a top artist and be very successful. He can be a good lecturer and be very successful. As long as you can put food on the table for your kids and get a little extra for extended family, you are successful.
You're good to go.
Yeah, you're good to go. So for me, because they know, I've told them, listen, half of my wealth is going to charity. I mean, when I pass it, I put it in a trust. So
what are you most passionate about? Which of the charities are you most passionate about?
No particular charity.
No particular charity.
No particular charity. I give, especially for people who want to go to school, stuff like that. It's important to me because everything is in the book. Every single thing is in there. You'll be amazed at the things you can find in books or in literature.
Yeah.
You know, I read autobiographies of people, try to see their mindset, what guided them to take certain actions. I read biographies, I read memoirs. Everything is in there, and you'll be amazed. It could be somebody who's an artist, or it could be a great leader, but you find a piece there that you walk away with. I do that all the time.
Good stuff. Well, this one is from Ofori Jamra. He says, I've known Dr. Lindsay for a while, but I never knew all of these things. I'm really proud of him. Tell him I'll call him tomorrow. Well, there you go. Lots of wonderful messages, and I think a lot of people have been inspired. I've been inspired as well. I told you earlier, you have 501 now. I'm sure from today, other people are going to get on board. You can get onto Dr. Lindsay's social media handles on Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook, and just look for Dr. James Orleans Lindsay and follow him up. And I'm sure people can get to interact with you. And I'm sure you'll be sharing some more motivational and inspirational business tips. Awesome. Final advice to the youth as we wrap up our conversation, Dr. Lindsay.
I think don't think about overnight success. It's so important. Start small. Be patient. And success will come. That's all I'll tell them.
Start small, be patient, and success would come. Dr. Lindsay, thank you very, very much. It's been great spending time with you. For those who want to find out about JL Properties as well, how can they find out about JL Properties?
Well, we have 10 sites all around the city, from East Legon, Achimota, Spintex Road, Wager, Adenta, all over the place.
Okay.
But our key location where you find our office is either in cantonments or Achimota behind the terminal.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Great spending time with you.
Thank you too,
Dr.
Lexus.
James Orleans Lindsay here on Joy 99.7 FM. My name is Lexus Will. Thanks a lot to my team, Adam Naite, Philip Nabeku Sankofi, and Selwyn Ofori. God willing, tomorrow we are back again with another edition of Drive Time on Joy FM. I hope you've enjoyed our conversation with Dr. Lindsay. Yeah, it's live on Facebook as well, so you can go out there and look it up. The video will be there if you want to watch it over again. Yeah, or share it with your friends and family. Have a great evening. Uncle Ken will be on your radio pretty shortly. I'll see you tomorrow at 2 o'clock here on Joy FM.